All right, welcome back again. Another session. All right, EMT training. It's in session. Class is in session. So we're looking at some CPR fun facts. Something that it's important. Yes, understanding the knowledge, or you're doing a refresher class, or you're in a class now. This is something very new to you, or the street stuff. In other words, what can really happen. So I'm gonna try to keep this as simple as possible. As we always says, KISS, right? Keep it super simple. So let's do that. So let me just move this high-tech stuff out of the way. And here I have three terms. And this is going to be more on this word called team dynamics. Let me just push that so you can see the word. Team dynamics. What does that mean? So in a scene of a cardiac arrest, there's a group of people that's going to be involved, whether you're going to be in the hospital or out of the hospital. But my audience is first responders, right? So when we get into these type of scenes, there's a team effort that's going to happen. All right. And once we know that there's a situation like a cardiac arrest encounter, then there's something that's very important to note. And this is the first one. And this is called knowing your limitations. What does that mean? So knowing the limitation is knowing exactly what your limitations as the team, as part of a team. Now, there will be a team leader there. And those are the things that we're gonna have to delegate within that scene. And let me tell you, there can be what if questions from here to a long time ago. But so team leader is the one that's gonna be aware of some of these limitations, all right? And they might ask for assistance. Now, this is a more realistic. So I had a student once, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and we were going over infant CPR, and we were doing compressions on the chest just below the nipple line. And she could not perform the compressions. And I was like wondering what's going on. But she had a limitation. She had something that was unable, she wasn't able to perform with the two fingers, with the one hand. So she identified it. And this was the first time I experienced it. So she identified her limitation. So before you even get into these types of situations to help someone else, get to know the limitations of your team members. Get to know it, and then you can delegate to the right individuals to do the right roles in this type of situation. All right, I hope that helped. The next one, here's another one. It's called constructive interventions. What does that mean? You ever heard of constructive criticism? Oh yeah, well, you could have done this, you could have done that, right? You could have done this. But this is not constructive criticism. This is more intervention. What is an intervention? Intervention is where you're performing a skill onto someone. In this case, CPR, or ventilations, or applying the AED, or something along the lines. Is an intervention. You're providing it. Now, as a team leader, yes, I'm gonna be very honest. When you get these type of calls, the adrenaline starts to rush. Your mind starts to get tunnel vision. All these different factors, and that's when we have a team, and a team leader, a team member, then it's important that we can identify, help each other out in this part of the game. So in this case, constructive interventions, what does that mean? Basically means a team leader and a member may need to correct actions that are incorrect or inappropriate. All right, be tactful to correct someone. All right, some people don't like to be corrected, but in the case of giving high quality performance, high quality CPR, high quality interventions, we have to do that. So let's just give you an example. Let me just think. Let's just say you have one of the team members doing compressions on the chest, and he's doing it super, 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 super fast. And you're gonna say, hey, remember, right? Slow it down a little bit, 100, 120 beats per minute. And oh yeah, that's right. Because they're in the game, which is a good thing. So when you identify something in that scene, you have to, as a team member, team leader, you're gonna have to do it very tactful in correcting the individual for the best of the patient. Last but not least, here it is, team dynamics. It's all some fun facts with CPR. So we have clear roles and responsibilities. What's clear roles? Everyone has a role and everyone has a responsibility. So here, I'm gonna read it here. It says the team leader roles is to clearly define and delegate tasks according to each team member's level, okay? And when all team members know their jobs and responsibilities, the team functions more smoothly. And that's a really important thing, especially in a pre-hospital setting. It's gonna be a little chaos, but in the sense of that, we're gonna have to make some order. And once you identify who's doing what, you're doing compressions, you're doing the ventilations, you have the oxygen, you have the AED, let's go to work. But if there's no clear roles and responsibilities, guess what? We're going to have some type of malfunction, or we're going to have miscommunication. We're going to have some other things going on to the point that the patient will suffer, because remember, high quality performance on this patient. So I hope this video helped you to understand the team dynamics. And this goes for working the streets, working the ambulance, figure out who's the roles and responsibilities. Here's a little fancy, look at that. All right, fun facts for today. So like the video, if you like it, and definitely subscribe. Just hit that little button there and share it. Until the next one, until then, bye.